Welcome to my nightmare. The 64 Bourbon. We're going to do all the body work. See, the owner started doing the repairs himself. So we got to clean all that up. We got rust down here. We got half-finished rocker situation. We got rust right there. We got dents and dings and bings. We got dents on the side. We've got new fenders for it. The doors need love. It's a whole lot. It is a whole lot. The floors, if I can get the door open here. Yeah. Got the rocker. Started doing some floor patchwork. But as you can see, that ain't gonna fly. So I gotta fix all that. We got just full of shit. Full of all the things. So I'm gonna start on the back end. Start getting dents pulled. I gotta make the bottom corner pieces. They don't sell that patch panel that I can find. And then we'll get this side done. The roof had a rack on it. We gotta fix all this. There's holes all in the roof. Get those welded up. The back, again, smashed. This side they welded a whole panel down the side. Corner's gone. This side's got a hole in the roof. Hole on the inside. If you can see it. It's got a hole in the interior too. It had a stove in it or something. Some hobo camping rig. Stud gun. We're going to use this. Pull some of these dents out. And this thing, you're welding studs on so you can pull on it. For the areas you can't get it pulling into. But you just start on the outside of your dent and work your way in. Now this bottom section is totally screwed. And we're gonna have to make a new piece. Rule number one though, is we gotta you wanna fix as much of this as you can before you go weld the new stuff in, because this is all, down here is all, it's all jacked, so we're gonna do it the best we can. This truck is not, this guy doesn't have $1 million. He's not building a Riddler car. He's gonna have a patina paint job when it's done. He's building a cool little truck that you can get in and have some fun with, and we don't have to. There's a million ways from Sunday to do all this stuff. And literally anybody that's watching this can do this. You can take your car, You don't have to have the best tools when you're doing it yourself. You can go to Harbor Freight, you can go wherever. You can buy good tools if you want. But you could start with just this corner on your project, and you could go get you a cheap stud gun from Harbor Freight. You can go get you a cheap set of hammers, cheap set of dollies, a few air tools, or an electric. If you got an electric grinder, you can use that. You don't even need an air compressor these days. You can buy all electric tools to do this stuff. But then you can start doing your stuff yourself and get it good enough. And then you start and you stop halfway through, and then that's when you call me on the phone and say, "Hey guys, I need you to come fix this." This is stud gun puller. Stud goes in the end, you twist it tight, slide hammer it out. Newer cars, the newer the car, the smaller the middle. Yeah, that stud came right off. Save the studs, they can be used more than once. Okay. So if you look, you'll start seeing I'm going to work my way around from the lowest parts to the highest parts. And you can see the metal start to move. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, there we go. That's how we like them to come off, it's just like that. Sort of a, you get the hang of it after a while of putting the studs on. You don't want to burn it, you can melt right through your panel. It'll pull it off. I do like this puller because it clamps down on it and you can twist your studs right off. You don't have to, a lot of times you'll take a pair of angled dikes and you'll come in here and you grab it underneath and you can twist it. But with this one you can just twist it right off. The other style, it has a little roller wheel. It has a roller wheel right here. So you roll the wheel back, put it on, let the wheel go, and it grabs it that way. With this one, you're actually twisting the handle, it's clamping on it. See, a couple of these might have to get that. There we go. There are a couple more studs on there. Push that one and get that one right off that way. Now I'm going to show you the other tool. Now you can't over pull, you don't want to do that, but they got this T handle, so this has the roller wheel right here that I was talking about, and we're going to get this. Now when you get to your end, like this one you're just pulling with, you take your hammer, and you're going to go around and knock the high spots down. You gotta have the metal clean too, as clean as possible before you start. You don't want, you gotta put one more stud right there. You don't want, if you don't have it clean, you're not gonna get this weld on here. Let's see if we can get that on this side. Again, we're going to pull. There we go. It's very similar to a hammer off dolly. Very similar technique to that. Let's see if I can get this off here. Now we're going to take our angle grinder here. And we're cross-cutting it. So you can see it's left this area that's still clean. So that's still the low spot. So we're going to put a stud there and a stud there and pull that back out. Another one right here. Again, we're going to go with the T-handle here. So remember, this is the spot wasn't as low, so we're going to start there, putting pressure. You're not beating the heck out of it, you're just giving it some taps. Metal has a memory. So it remembers where it goes. It remembers how it's supposed to be, how it was shaped. So right now the molecules of the metal are all jumbled up, and what we're doing with the tapping is it's shaking them up and it's letting them go back to where they were. Again, with the grinder. Take your grinder. We're going to cross cut it. And I'm not pushing hard on that. And honestly, for what we got going on this truck, we're going to call that good. There's one little bit low there, but that's alright. We've got it mostly finished out to bare metal. And now we're going to take our DA with our 80. But now we've gone from having a softball sized dent that was a ½ inch in to almost completely metal finish, one little swipe of mud, and maybe we'll get to that here in a minute. We'll put a little mud on that and show that process. We got to fix down here. We got to get that guy fixed. That's the next one. This one's a little different. It's up in this light. I should probably try to pop that lens out real quick. for sure, always grab the longest screwdriver you can find for no reason. Hopefully this will come out. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh boy. There's nothing better than getting in there and home wire nuts on your car's wiring harness for your tail lights. What we're gonna do is just see if we can't get that out there. Get that out of the way. Take this guy, it's buckled this lip here, so you're gonna have to pull. You got to tap that down as you're pulling. So I'm not going to hammer it, I'm just going to put some pressure on it. I'm going to keep knocking that down. Couple more studs up on there. And we'll start with that one first. Get that guy going. So we got it pulled, and after we pull it, we're going to go here and so what this has done is it's been hit here. But this lip, this nice straight line here, has been pushed up over as well. We also got a small crack right here that we're going to have to weld up. Sometimes you have to go back and clean off your area again as you've been working it. We'll do that in just a second. Let's see if we can't get this one out here. Oh, that came out beautifully. Yep. This is what I was talking about. I've pulled a a small hole in that, and we're just going to weld that up when we weld up this crack. I'm feeling pretty good about where this is at. Some of these areas you can only do so much. So we're going to clean this up. Yes, nice flat. Dress that now where we can weld that nice little edge up. But my edge is still a little rolled over. It's still a little buckled. This is flat. And this has a little high spot right in the middle of it. So I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to set it on there. To push, you can push the metal whichever way you want. There we go. Now we've lost that high spot. This is all good. Buckle there. Now we just need to weld that. Weld our two little dinghies up there. And that part is good to go. And we can use this process on the whole deal. You can do it every dent. And then after you get them done, you prep it, put your body filler on, you're going to block that out, and she's ready to prime. In a situation like this, we're going to have a whole side of a deal to body work. The rest of it, as far as small dings, there's a few. There's one right here. And before you start, it's not bad to, you can go around your panel, feel it, you can feel those spots, you can circle it. Circle with a pencil, a marker, a Sharpie. You don't want to have Sharpie on your bare metal. If you do, you want to make sure you get rid of it. It will come back through your paint later. Sharpie's weird like that. But now you've got an idea on how to pull your dents out. Very minimally, very quickly. And you're not going to be perfect. It takes time. But if you keep doing it and practicing, you know, you'll be able to do this on your car. Just start small. Start on a fender. Do your fender. Circle all your dents. That. If you can get to the back side of it, you don't have to use the stud gun. You can get your hammers and dollies out. Do it that way. And you're not... The amount of people who can build a car and not have body filler in it is... It's this many. This many cars get built and get metal finished. That amount. And people have this perception that, oh, it's got filler in it. Well, every car. New cars have body filler in them. These cars specifically, when they were new, loaded full of filler, full of everything. They weren't perfect vehicles. They were never meant to be that. Half of them you could stick your hand between the doors, on the gaps. It is what it is. Alright, let that cool down. Then we'll grind it. Alright. You got your filler, your hardener, and then you gotta mix it up. Mix it up. You're gonna fold that. You wanna fold it. You don't want it to be, you don't want to stir it, you put bubbles in it. This is what are we using right now. U-Pole Lightweight Gold. It's the only thing the body shop supply house had that wasn't $100 a gallon right now. Which is wild, because you used to get $10 a gallon stuff. Some people call it Bondo. Bondo's a brand. It's just lightweight body filler. And then what I like to do is I use this, I get my situation all cut in with 80, and then I put a thin layer of glaze over it. I still gotta knock part of that down there where I welded. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this initial low spot here. Got this dinger down here that we fixed. And the better you get at pulling this, the easier it makes your life. You don't want to lay it on too thick. I like to go around my outside and let it build up where I'm putting it. There'll be a few pinholes in this. We'll get those out with our glaze. Big old Audi that I knocked down right here by the door. Shoot it. Oh, we got this hole with a big old dent right here. This thing was a weird little small guy. I didn't want to waste time. It was small enough that we could just fill it. We didn't need that. We didn't need to metalwork that one. This stuff will sit up on you fast in the summer. Cut my edge off there. She's already taken off. That's fine. Yes. Gotta clean up our spreader with a little thinner. Well, I don't have my normal long block. We're gonna use this short guy just to start cutting this stuff down so it doesn't get super hard. Not that can work. So when you do this, you just go to 45 parallel to your panel, and you come back the other way, cross cut it. Go. Feels good. We'll stop at the 80 there. I'll get that medium block, bring it, and we can continue on with our block, and we'll switch up to 180. It feels nice and straight now though. No more dent right here. You can see where we had those bare metal areas, and now we feathered everything out into that. That guy's gonna need a second coat. That's alright. Both sides of that probably will get one. I'll knock this high spot down just a little. We'll recoat that whole part, the whole bottom. Feather it out some more. But we'll do that next time. So, get a little close up here so you can see. That's it. Got that section. So still got that to block out. We'll do all that next time.